Alright, y'all, man, it's your boy Humble League 2 times for me. Back in that video, man, for me. Follow the Instagram at Humble League 2 times. Now, look, just today's time, we're talking about the spiritual awakening stages that you need to know. Now, look, for today's video, I want to give a huge shout out to the Most High in general for everything. I'm also giving you a shout out to myself as well for wanting to receive this good information and give out this good information as well. I'm also giving a huge shout out to everyone and to y'all. Y'all literally take energy out of y'all's day to come rock with me, show me love, support, you feel me? I appreciate y'all, man. I love y'all so much. More love always deeply. I'm also sending good positive energy, good positive protection, good positive feeling, and good positive energy towards everyone always deeply, right? Also, if you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, just DM me on my Instagram at HumbleAli 2 times. I'm also sending good positive energy towards everyone always deeply. Let's go ahead and get ready into the video. Now look, right? The spiritual awakening, different stages, right? Now look, right? Excuse me. It's getting colder, y'all. It's getting colder, y'all. Now look, when it comes to the different stages of a spiritual awakening, right? Everybody, people who are on their spiritual awakening and on their spiritual journey, right? They're going to experience it differently. Anybody who is on a spiritual journey, who is on a spiritual awakening, everybody's journey, awakening is different, right? So, some things to know is that when you're on your spiritual awakening, it's just the honest truth, you're going to experience isolation, right? You're going to experience isolation, right? It's going to feel like nobody really understands you or overstands you, really gets you, or really feels you, or really feels your vibe, really gets where you're coming from. You know, it's going to feel like that. I'm just going to be honest with you. The only time it won't probably feel like that is if you meet people like from online. You know, usually your soul tribe isn't nowhere near you a lot of times. I'm just being honest. We've been unnaturally separated from our soul tribe. A lot of us have. So, and then some of our soul tribes just aren't on this planet at the moment, you know, etc. But we're always connected to our soul tribe, vice versa, always. But yeah, you're gonna have to experience isolation. The universe doesn't do things in time. The universe, God doesn't work in time because God knows that time isn't real. It's something that a man made up, something that a person made up, something that a being made up, in other words. So time isn't real. So however long you're meant to be in isolation, that's however long you'll be in isolation. You know, isolation, it can vary. You might be in isolation for 5 years, and a year you're just very sociable, very out, and then right after that you're in another isolation season for 10 years. You know, it just depends on what's meant to happen in your life and in your journey, right? Now, when it comes to another thing with like when you might be asking, okay, Ali, but why would I have an isolation season? Because you are one of the awakened ones, right? We have a very difficult life. I'm just going to be straight honest, straight to the point. I'm not saying people who aren't awakened don't have a difficult life, but I'm talking about us at this moment. Us awakened ones, us, like, we're really one of the ones, really the chosen ones, really are. We have a very difficult life. It's just the honest truth, right? You know, I kind of relate to somewhat like the story of Noah, even though Noah isn't an actual, well, I'm not going to say he's not an actual person, but I don't think he's an actual person as if they have made him to try to look and be. But I relate a lot to Noah, right? And, you know, when you're on your journey, a lot of people aren't going to get what you're saying because we've been brainwashed. We've been programmed, we've been brainwashed for years, decades and decades. And like I've talked about before, it's a genetic thing too. If your parents and their parents and all of them was raised to believe in Jesus, then 9 out of 10, their parents and their kids and their kids' are going to believe in Jesus and, you know, be brainwashed and just do a whole bunch of bot activities because it's a genetic thing, it's a program thing, it's an energy thing, it's an energetic thing, etc. So, you know, it's only a few, man, it's really only a few on this planet who are really awakened. A lot of people are faking it. A lot of people are just doing it to follow a trend. A lot of people are doing it because, you know, they want to, you know, feel accepted around other people or whatever the case may be. But a lot of people aren't really tapping in for real, not really doing the inner work. They're not doing the work for real, truly. And another stage too of a spiritual awakening is you want to spread information, right? I feel like that's the season that we're kind of always in, because we just love spreading. We always love to give out good information, but then it's like once we really awaken even more, we're like, oh wow, it feels like we have even more information to give out, because we do, right? And I know it can be a lot to, you know, because a lot of people, they don't want to hear that. You know, even if people are cool with you or whatever the case may be, they might try to be respectful or try to fake the energy around you, but to be honest, they don't want to hear that. All right, notice how they've never brought that topic up. They've never asked you a question about that topic. They never sent you anything on Instagram or TikTok or through messages about that topic, because they're not interested in that topic. Right? Now, when you were in that energy of wanting to spread information, it makes sense. You know, you've awakened a lot more. You've tapped in more. You know, you've done the work, etc. You want to help others. You want to help others. You want to help others get out of the programming. You know, but another thing too with being awakened is that you are very strong, right? You are very strong, right? You have to be so strong to awaken, and, you know, consistently meditate, you know, consistently heal on yourself, consistently accept, consistently be honest with yourself. These aren't easy things to do all the time, you know, and it's the honest truth, you know. And another thing is that another stage of spiritual awakening is acceptance. All right, this is where, you know, you're not really trying to waste your energy. You're not trying to waste your energy at all. You know, you're not really. You know, you're not really dropping jewels on people and giving them information unless they ask or if they seem interested. You know, you're just being more mindful and tapping in with your intuition, with your higher self more, and being more mindful of the information that you're giving out, because everybody isn't ready for that information. You know, everybody isn't ready to take that next leap in that next chapter. They're not. A lot of them are not. This is the honest truth. You know, and that's very true. And you know, and another thing is that when you are having your spiritual awakening or awakenings, right, you start to be more, you start to become more calmer, right? And actually, before I really touch more on that, I want to actually go to something else. When you are chaotic, right? Especially for myself, because I can be very fiery, because I am a fire sign. I don't use that as an excuse when I say that. It's the honest truth. Like, it's a genetic thing, to be honest. You know, it's the honest truth. I'm not using that as an excuse. I say that a lot because it's the truth, and it has a lot to do with how the way we act. Our zodiac sign has a lot to do with how the way we act, whether if you want to accept that or not. That's none of my business. It's none of my concern. But you know, respectfully, but you might start to become very chaotic or very just in that chaotic energy, because you like, these people have took over our planet. These people have made us slave and work jobs, and you know, and they're supposed to be working for us. You know, we're not supposed to be working our jobs. We're supposed to be working on self, working on helping one another. We're not supposed to be slaving and working a job. You know, we're not supposed to be slaving and going to school and getting scammed and going broke, going to college and all this stuff and etc. You know what I mean? Shouldn't be paying for fruit and, you know, sweet potatoes and, you know, etc. For what? You know, and you might start to become very chaotic, very fiery, because you understand and you understand what's going on this planet, and a lot of people do not. Like, I'm gonna get back to the calm stage. Now, when it comes to, this is another stage of spiritual awakening, is where you are becoming more calmer. You're realizing I cannot control other people. You're realizing, you've been realizing it, but you're realizing it more, that I cannot control other people. Right? I cannot control other people. I cannot stop people from doing what they want to do. Right? You know, there's nothing you can do about that. You know, so then you start to be less chaotic and more of, okay, only thing I can control is myself, so I'm gonna continue to keep controlling myself. If people want to tap in and awaken, they will. If it's meant, they will. If it's not, it's not. They don't want to do it, they don't have to do it. Everybody has free will. One of the best things I can do right now to help us get our planet back is by focusing on myself, working on myself, making myself better. Because by you working on yourself and helping yourself, you'll naturally help Mother Nature. You'll naturally help Mother Kai. You'll naturally help the wind, the air, the earth, the water, the fire, the oil, the soil, etc. You'll naturally help people around you. You'll naturally help the plants around you. You'll naturally help the planet and the energy vibration start to raise and go even higher, because you are connected. If you are so-called black, you are connected to Mother Nature, Mother Kai. So your vibration can naturally raise Mother Kai's vibration as well, vice versa. All right. That is why when trees are getting cut down, a part of you is getting cut down. I'm just being completely honest. And that goes for myself as well. And, you know, these are just a few stages, a lot of other different stages as well. And like I said, you may not experience some of these stages or any of these stages, etc. Like I said earlier in the video, everybody's journey is different. Everybody experiences things differently. So, you know, yeah. But also, if you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, DM me on my Instagram at HumbleAli 2 times, and I could drop from those emails on the next one, man. Peace.